One of the things I'm really excited about this year is the theme for our organization. And the theme this year we chose as we thought about the work that we're doing, how it's expanded and serving students living in neighborhoods and schools all across the city, is elevating their community, elevating our city. We see students that could be great leaders for our future and great community members, or maybe great plumbers or doctors and meaningful career fields that they can make a difference and provide for their families in the future, but don't know where to start. And it takes community members and it takes teacher mentors and other nonprofits in our city to work together to make that dream possible for them and for to make our city the kind of thriving future that we want to see for our city. It's going to take harnessing the potential of this generation right now that's living in these neighborhoods that we can't afford to let miss out on their future dreams, because that's the future of our city.
I mean, I think the biggest assets is always the people. It's the human capital on the Far East Side that make our community so rich and special. It's everywhere from Miss Alma, who's on the corner, you know, helping make sure your kid gets off the bus, to my next door neighbor, Miss Janice, who pays my kids to take her trash can up even though I tell her not to. I mean, you know, building those relationships in community is the richest piece that we can have. And so anything else that's built around that, from the buildings, the libraries, to the community organizations that serve us, it all starts at the one root cause, which is people.
A couple things I love about my school is the opportunities it provides, and like coming to school to go to Elevate every day. It made me a better person by like having me more focused on my future, having like giving me a better idea like what I want to do after high school.
So Anthony, he's a sophomore here at Purdue Poly. Met him last year as he was a 9th grader. Right off the bat, when I met him, I noticed he was one of those quiet leaders, and so I've really been trying to challenge him to speak up and be kind of more of a vocal leader. But he's the one that we can always depend on. Anthony, he's super dependable. He has a heart of service. He's super smart. He's goal-driven. He definitely has a really good focus on what he wants to do with his life. And I really do feel that Anthony is, he's a world changer. He has the ability to change things around him if he really chooses to.
Teacher, mentor, and Elevate, a relationship, it kind of like feels like a friendship, but also like a parent, a second parent that like keeps you in check, like checks on you during school, is making sure you're on the right track.
I just really appreciate the space for kids young people to be able to share their experiences, but also lift each other up at the same time, especially during a school day that you're having so many priorities with homework and social responsibilities. It's just so incredibly special to have a space where you find your people.
London is a student who I continually have to remind myself that she's only a junior, because she carries herself so much older. She hangs out with the older crowd, and you can't tell the difference in maturity level between her and the older students. We met her as a freshman, and even when she was participating in our bell work discussions or class discussions in general, she always had much value to add. She's very strong in who she is. She's strong in her spirituality, and she's willing to challenge other people on things when she feels like when we're not acting in integrity or making the right choices.
I love how all of our teacher mentors take their time with all of us and each of us to become better people, and they don't leave any of us out. The teacher mentors are great because they are themselves with us, and we can go to them about anything. They come together to make sure kids have a nice, safe space, and they build us and to be better people.
If we're investing in our people, which is our richest resource in the city, we have to start with programs like Elevate, who understand the people that are growing up here, but also are willing to walk alongside them to help them be the best they can individually be. There are not many programs that'll say, who are you, and let me help you be the best you. And Elevate does that. And so if you're gonna invest in the people who are doing the work, and invest in the programs that are actually helping people thrive.